Sensational.
And subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe. Like, comment, and subscribe.
OJ's gone. Now OJ's gone. So listen to this.
So I've always been like 100% team OJ Simpson is guilty. Recently it was brought to my attention to check out his son Jason. Here's what I found. Prior to the killings, Jason was diagnosed with intermittent rage disorder. He had stopped taking his medication 2 months before the murders. He wrote a note in which he talked about killing anyone who hurt a loved one of his. In his past, Jason had nearly killed a girlfriend and seriously injured another. At the time of the murders, he was on probation for attacking his boss with a knife. He has no alibi that can be supported as to where he was during the murders. His time card for work that night was handwritten, even though the electric clock was working. A black navy watch cap with animal fur on it was found at the crime scene. Photographs obtained from Jason's storage locker showed that he wore them often, and that he had a dog. In this locker was also a knife that matched the description of what was used for the murders. He had field knife training from the Navy Academy. The day after the murders, OJ hired a top criminal attorney to defend Jason, although he wasn't a suspect. Police never even tested the fingerprints found at the scene or the DNA under Nicole's fingernails against Jason. After hearing all this, what do you guys
know
think?
about the internet theory that it was OJ's son Jason who killed Nicole Brown and Robert Goldman? Here are some evidence that has people thinking. Jason had violently attacked one girlfriend with a knife, almost killing her, and had assaulted another by stabbing. Jason had been diagnosed with intermittent rage disorder, which is commonly referred to as Jekyll and Hyde syndrome. This would make him prone to angry and violent outbursts. He kept a diary that talked about wanting to hurt anyone who had wronged his loved ones. A black knit navy watch cap found at the scene did not match any fibers found on OJ. The hat was also coated in dog hairs. OJ did not own a dog, but Jason did. The contents of a storage locker owned by Jason at the time of the murders contained a knife that matched the description of the murder weapon. Jason had no alibi, and OJ even hired a defense team for him. Did he do it? Was OJ really innocent? Comment what you think.
Now, you heard that? Did you hear that? Now, I gotta go on my own experience, because if I did something like that, who would I go to first that lives close? My father. So that's why he was here up on the wall, because he probably hid it going to his father's house. And just between me and you, my father told me, he told me, if you really want to hurt somebody, tell me first. And if it's got to be done, I will do it. I will do it. Don't you do it. I'll do it. So if your father, like my father, would say that, of course he would take the blame, because he told me, you cannot go to prison because you're not made for it. But I am. I can go and I can deal with that. So you can't, but I can. And what father, going on my father, would not take the blame for this? And oh yeah, remember when he got in the Bronco? Where did he go? He went to his mother's house. Now, I don't know who was there, but who came out first? His son. His son came out first, and they talked a little bit. Who knows what was said? But, and of course, before, and it didn't even happen, but before, OJ already had his son a lawyer. Yes, a lawyer. He already had one. No charges were brought on him, but OJ already had one. And remember, when the verdict came out, look at his son. His son wasn't happy. He just bowed his head and cried because he knew he was free. He was free. Now, as you heard before, he had developmental problems. And he was a meat cutter. Who you know was a meat cutter? Oh yeah, me. I'm a meat manager. I was a meat manager for like almost 40 years. Now, what knife is sharp enough to cut a person's neck? A real butcher's knife. Those knives are real sharp. They're high grade. So if you stab someone with those knives, well, guess what? They're going to do the job. They are going to do the job. So, for you all this time been looking at OJ as the one who did the crime, look at his son. His son is still around. And guess what? His son wore a hat that OJ used to have. OJ had no pets. No pets. His son did. He had a dog. When they found the hat, it had pet hair on the hat. It had pet hair on the hat. Now, how many times have a son got or took something from his father or his brother? That's news. Every sibling does that. The younger one does that all the time. So they like, oh, well, look at the shoes. Well, of course, the son may wear his father's shoes. Oh, the gloves. Well, if the gloves got too small, well, who else would take them? Everything about the case you can look at, and it all shines on this sun. It all shines on the sun. So, if you think that OJ did this, well, think again. Think again. Because the person who did it is named Simpson, but it was not OJ. It was not OJ. But the person I believe who did it is named Simpson. Simpson. So, go with whatever you think. But guess what? I'm always right, I believe. And looking at the case, in my experience, I've been a meat cutter. My dad told me this stuff. It's like my dad was a professional bodyguard. And he was a celebrity bodyguard that he watched get hurt playing tackle football with his friends. And when he got home, because we lived in Dallas, when he got home on the news, it said that guy got hurt on his fishing boat. On his fishing boat. But my dad seen what really happened. And also, my dad always told me, if you have enough money, you can do anything. So, OJ knew, and he knew he had money for a good defense. And like my dad said, he had enough money to be proven innocent. When I seen that, I was like, man, I thought he was going down. I thought he was going down. But like my dad said, you got money. That's all you need. Money is all you need.
Queer.
Bye, Felicia.
Be the best you can be. Love your family. Love your friends. Spread love, not violence, not this virus. As always, peace.